Greetings, welcome to the channel. When I was getting ready for the reading today, I opened up to the energies of the collective and I heard like worry, anxiety, fear, and I felt that sense of anxiousness and worry. And so I was going to just go straight into my tiles, Scrabble tiles and bingo tiles. That I think I'll start with a little tarot first. Get a little clarification. And then maybe I'll squeeze in some tiles after to see if we get any confirming details. Okay, and I also saw what looked like bars around me, but they were low bars, like a baby gate or a playpen, an old-fashioned playpen which had the metal bars instead of the fabric. Which tells me that you may be feeling stuck or trapped, but the bars are really actually easy. You know, whatever jail you think you're in right now is actually quite easy to break out of if you just see the way out. And I heard, let your conscience be your guide. That line, Jiminy Cricket from Pinocchio. Always let your conscience be your guide. And that could be not just for dealing, you know, the way you act with other people, but also the way you treat yourself. And so if you're stuck in an abusive situation, staying there is actually being abusive to yourself. And that means you are not acting in good conscience toward yourself. Yeah, and that could be all you need to do is focus on treating yourself well by leaving a toxic situation. Okay. I feel like you're focused on defending your true feelings for this safe space, emotional connection that you feel that you've been having some realizations about, actually listening to your intuition. And yeah, that could be a connection toward which you were not acting in good conscience. And that's maybe you didn't realize it at the time. It was like, because it was very normal to you to say, play romantic mind games, for example, or even any kind of mind games with any kind of connection, whether it was a friendship, business partner, teacher, sibling, other family member. And that's something you're coming into awareness of. And you're feeling the need to defend against a community. Ooh. This Five of Pentacles is coming out in reverse. You're dreaming about getting your energy and or finances going. And it's like you're learning to come out of a mentality of lack. Oh, and this one's also in reverse. No, it's just these two. Okay. I want to say this might be the community who's, wanted to dance on your grave, or the grave of the connection you're in your feels about. And you're learning to get past that too. Oh, you are wanting to present your cup. Be a King of Cups. You're standing here holding your cup, dreaming about going forward with a connection on your mind. I'm noticing these two seahorses and these two butterflies. Yeah, focused on your way forward. And these crows are very auspicious creatures, but long believed to be connected to the divine, the spirit world, as well as spirit animals too. And yeah, so it's like you're trusting, you're finding your way forward, listening to your heart, listening to your conscience to get you to a better future. Waiting for your ships to come in after ending battles and hermiting up for a while to reflect. Okay. Yeah, you're ready to, whether you're feeling ready or not, you are at a whole new cycle. You're starting a new cycle in life, starting a new chapter. You could be ready to take the leap. Yeah, the wheel. It's like the universe is pushing you into a new chapter in life. You work on a new sense of community, a new sense of building finances and energy. Yeah. And, working to clear your karmic debt by getting in touch with your emotions about this possible other energy, feminine energy, who might be the character that I spoke of in the other person reading I did recently, that you find inspiring to follow their example and put up boundaries, make fresh starts. Pentacles. Yeah, you're focused on stabilizing. Oh, there was an ending that you were mournful over, and you were feeling burdened and lost and trapped. And yeah, this fits right in with the cage I saw in my eye. And you were forced to, be alone, rest, and reflect. You wanted to communicate about disconnection, but yeah, judgment was called. Have to balance out within yourself first and start a whole new cycle. Okay, yeah, star. It's like this person is the star in your sky. You're trying to balance out to reconnect, and that involved, I think this is karmic justice, you having to spend some time reflecting on the past and past choices, especially with regards to what I heard. Let your conscience be your guide. And you're figuring out that you were in like a player mindset, game player mindset, and that's something you're coming into like wisdom about. And now you're feeling defensive of this connection. Yeah, who is also feeling defensive against you and whatever community you are making your way out of. Yeah, making your way out of towards calmer waters. Okay, so it's like you may just be nervous about big changes in life, and that's what you're anxious about. I don't see any like terribly dire messages and conditions in the cards. Alright, I'll start with my Scrabble tiles. And if you're enjoying this content so far and you find it resonating with your situation, click like, drop a heart in the comments, subscribe to the channel. It does help with the algorithm. Get a few bingo tiles. Get Q. Question. There you go. You even got a QUE. Quest. For your new start. Quest to save your soul. Quest to save this connection. Question for this person. Question for yourself. It could tie in with the hermiting up to reflect on past choices and changes you'd like to make in your life. And that's something you could communicate as part of taking accountability. And taking accountability is what helps clear your karmic slate, and which is what helps you turn your luck around. God. Let's see. order. Like finding the order, maybe this could be literal fees in order to get out of this situation, like paying for a lawyer or a mediator or a therapist to help you walk through how you really feel about all the connections in your life and the why you tend to get stuck in patterns and making choices and self-sabotaging, any of those things. Maybe order could be like restraining order for some of you that may be needed. Could figure out the order of steps you'd like to take in order to get change moving, get your new chapter moving in the direction you'd like it to go. Q, could can you do QE? There's an extra U in there, I believe. Could be just feel like you're waiting a long time. Red. Or there could be choices you have to make. Who are you making them for? Are you making them for your greatest and highest good, or are you making them to keep other people appeased? And of course you can look for initials in here. Q, U, E. There's a bunch of E's. There's an R, D, F. A couple of O's, a B, an R. Redford. Makes me think of Robert Redford. I don't know a lot of his movies. He's a very old school actor. But I want to keep, I'm seeing boy, B-O-Y. Maybe protecting. You want to choose to be on a quest to protect your inner child. Alright, what numbers do we got? 12, 13, ascending numbers. And an 11. I think that's master learner or master, I forget. 1, 2. Okay, more ascending numbers, 19, 16. And this could also be 19. That brings down to a 10, which breaks down to another 1. Endings and beginnings. The death card did come out. 16. I forget what that is in the tarot, but it breaks down to a 7, which is all about your intuition, following your conscience, your higher self towards what's best for you, your soul, and a trustworthy, loving community, finding a quality soul tribe for yourself that nourishes you, with whom you can have connections of equal give and take. See, 19, yes, the sun. Put 19 over here. That's following the universe. 11, the Hierophant. The High Priestess. And that's also being in touch with your intuition, knowing yourself well, and letting your higher self, the universe, be your guide, your conscience, your inner voice. Not just your ego. Just be learning to discern when your ego is trying to guide you into a needy place where you need outside validation, and that's what leads you to make self-abusive decisions by just appeasing, living and acting to appease people who are not healthy for you or others. 1, a magician, manifesting your new start. Wait, that's 2. This is 11, the Justice. Scales balancing out. Okay, that could be significant for you. Learning your lessons and moving forward. At least trying to. Ooh, 13. That's death, that's endings. Actually, let's stick this next to Justice. It's like the universe is inflicting endings and forcing you to balance out. 12 is the Hangman. Reflecting. Learning wisdom. Alright. 16, the Tower. Also, big realizations, endings, goes hand in hand with Death card. Alright, I'll get a couple angel numbers to close out. Patterns. 201, right on the bottom. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Your angels ask you to take a closer look at your patterns of behavior and consider how they play a role in the bigger picture. What are the small things you do in daily life that create bigger ripples in your world? That could include everyday decisions like what you ask friends to do for you. Do you give them enough gratitude? Do you do things for them in return? Do you give them, like, if you ask them to do something for you that requires a lot of time and effort and canceling their schedule, do you give them enough notice? Things like that. Write down one way in which you feel dissatisfied with life, and that could be everyday decisions you make for yourself, like procrastinating too much, things like that. Reflect on how that example may show up as a pattern in other places in your life. Okay? Important relationships. See value in those that you love. What was I just saying about other people in your life? You are called to select one relationship close to you and nurture it in an attentive and loving way. All right, think about patterns you have with important relationships that may be causing dissatisfaction. Think about how you to tell a loved one how much you care for them, appreciate them, and see them in your life. Make time for them today as you communicate how important they are to you. Okay, maybe one more of these, then I'll do a couple moonology. Relationships again. 319, bring forth new love. Your angels are asking you to unblock your energy now. If you are in a romantic relationship, do something to reinforce the bond between you and your significant other. If you are single, this is prime time to bring forth new love. Sit in meditation right now for a few minutes as you visualize the white light of the divine shining on your heart chakra, clearing out any debris that blocks loving energies from coming to you. Alright, that ties right in with these first two. And moonology, right on the bottom, surrender to the divine full moon. And that's listening to your intuition, listening to your heart, your conscience, your gut, your higher self, your inner voice. Conclusions are within reach. All right. Don't let pride get in your way. All right. That ties right in with the patterns. Is there anything that your pride keeps you from doing that would require a little humility, like showing more gratitude or humbling yourself to apologize for anything that needs apologizing for? Offering to help other people even if they haven't asked for it. Maybe they're talking about a problem they have and do you need help? Or sitting and listening without offering any advice. All right. I hope that this has helped someone out there today. I will see you next time.